Who out there knows the MCU? By far one of the pillars of the movie industry right now, making movie after movie, money after money, until recently. Thank you, Ant-Man. God damn it. But yeah, the MCU is at the top of the charts. But you know what one thing the MCU hasn't conquered, or at least delved into in the past like 10 years, I think, like 13? Video games. Yeah, it's video games. Believe it or not, but in the long year of 2008, the MCU actually had games. Now, were they good games?
Sit your ass down!
I'm the only thing that can stop it.
This is too risky. It's insane.
I know, but I have to try. I'm sorry.
Not really. You see, we had, back in the day, we had tie-ins to about every single movie, TV show, especially for SpongeBob, about every single tie-in you could think of. If there was a show or TV, show or movie you watched, there was probably a tie-in. Hell, I think there was a tie-in for High School Musical. That's how batshit insane it was. I mean, the thing was back then, that the gaming technology, it was powerful enough to where things look good, but low quality enough to where you can make anything. Nowadays, you can't really do that. Nowadays you don't really see tie-in video games, or at least ones that are solely based off the movie, take Star Wars Survivor. It's only based off its own original characters and original stuff like that. I think there's an Avatar game coming out soon, but I don't think that's with Jake and the boys. I think that's a whole new thing or whatever. But I'm getting sidetracked. The point is, the MCU had with the rest of the tie-in games, really shit games. The only game that is an underrated classic is Thor. And I'm not talking about the console, I'm talking about the one on the DS. That is an underrated gem. By far, Chef's Kiss. But we're not talking about that. We are talking about Iron Man 3, the official video game. This isn't on the 3DS, PlayStation, Xbox, not even a goddamn Wii. This is on mobile. Now, yes, I know you're thinking, Iron Man 3 on mobile, why are you talking about this? The sole reason why I'm talking about this, it's not because of the gameplay. It's not because of, anything in particular. This isn't, game-breaking mechanics. This is, your basic, runner-style game, something along the lines of, I don't know, Temple Run, Sonic Dash, Minion Run, I don't know, something like that. The point is that this game has a decent story. What I mean by that is that they fixed M.O.D.O.K, or at least they did him justice. In the MCU, we all know from Ant-Man, they had M.O.D.O.K, and it was shit.
I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
Just now noticing the baby legs.
They're not baby legs.
It's a little bit like a Bjorn.
You think you're so smart. Scott.
I'm not saying M.O.D.O.K's my favorite villain of all time, or one of the most underrated villains to ever take the throne of villains, or I don't know what I'm saying. The point is, he's decent. I remember as a kid seeing him in Mightiest Heroes and thinking, yeah, he's kind of funny. Big head. And whenever I heard he was coming to the MCU, I was kind of stoked. I was like, oh shit, they're really gonna do that? And how, oh boy, oh me, I gotta tell you, just like a Jewish kid on Christmas, I was sorely disappointed. I had no gifts, and I was left with nothing but what the? And the fact is, I just found out with this game, from remembering, this game actually did justice to M.O.D.O.K. So, in this game, it takes place after Iron Man 3, and AIM, or I guess you could say the, AIM from Iron Man 3, they are trying to take over Stark Base. And you have Iron Man doing the endless runner, shooting enemies and whatever, and you have these boss encounters and all that stuff. And later on, with I'm just going to touch on the bosses, you literally have some of the coolest bosses of all time. You have the living laser, you have Dynamo, fucking the Crimson Dynamo. Even that guy got better justice in the MCU. He was merely referenced as a joke. As a joke.
The only thing you care about are your stupid glory days is the Crimson Dynamo, and no one wants to hear about it.
It's the Red Guardian. Please clap.
So here, before Ant-Man Quantumania, in this pocket reality multiverse, when Iron Man 3 splits off, the official video game splits off into the timeline, or whatever, turns out with this version of M.O.D.O.K, looks like Aldrich Killian, the bad guy from Iron Man 3, I am the Mandarin. Turns out what he did was he uploaded his conscious into M.O.D.O.K to make him the ultimate life form, and he was going to, I forget what his plan was. I think it was to blow up Stark Tower, or something like that. I don't know. But the thing with this is that they actually gave him a good backstory and actually made him a threat to Iron Man. He's the final boss of the game. He's actually, hard to beat. He's actually respectable. He's not a joke in the MCU. Because I'm sorry to say this, but I don't like it whenever the MCU uses their villains as a joke, or just tee hee ha ha, we're funny, It's I understand, whenever you have a character like M.O.D.O.K, writers probably think, he has a big head. I'm okay, yeah, we get the gist, we get the joke, but there's actually some good depth to this. I'm not trying to be a glizzy gobbler, suck on the man's dick or anything like that. I'm not a M.O.D.O.K stan, but at least have some goddamn respect for the man. The man had a TV show. Am I the only guy that watched the TV show? Is that just me? I feel like that's just me. God damn it. Whatever, the point is that this M.O.D.O.K, I goddamn respect him. The game, by the way, it's unless you can't find it. It's not on Apple Store or yeah, no, it's not on the App Store anyway. You can't find it. R.I.P. Yep, it's lost in the sands of it's lost to the sands of time, along with many other popular apps. So yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. But yeah, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I don't know why I made this video. I think I just remembered I went through the video game and I actually looked up the game, just to remember it. Then I found all the deep lore with M.O.D.O.K, and I was like, holy shit, this was better than the MCU. So yeah, don't forget to comment, like, and sub. I already said that. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.
I like it. It makes a statement. Now here's a statement from me. If you don't get home soon, you can have date night with M.O.D.O.K.
Well, I always was a sucker for a pretty face. I'm kidding. Pepper?